Hi, I'm Christian, a programmer of Confetti app, and I want to let you know in this video how you as a programmer or somebody helping out on programming on the Confetti app should handle the translation, the Google translation sheet. Because the idea is that we want to cooperate with different people on the translations. And we found that it may be the most easiest way to do this with a Google Excel sheet. And so if you're working on the Konfetti app and you will have strings in the app you want to put there at some places. You need to be a little bit like you need to how to handle this mechanism here and to how to cooperate with the translators. So, for example, let's give you a quick introduction into what we see here, and that you can see it in detail. Please put the YouTube video in full screen so that we really can see the details here on the screen. You see the Google Translate sheet here. If you don't have access to it yet, then write us and I will kind of give you an invite to edit it. And as you can see, it's kind of simple structured. So here are your keys for the languages, and here are different languages. So you can see here all different kind of translations you can get. And in the end, if you have all finished or edited the strings as you like them, you do one important part, and this is the export. As you can see, here is an export string. But this is a part that I have to admit only I have at the moment the rights to execute. So it's a little bit not that easy. So in the end, you would need to give me a message once you're done with the translation and say, Christian, I put all the stuff in there. Please update the translation files. It's maybe a little bit complicated at this point, but I think on the other end we wanted to make it easier for the translators. So I hope this pays off, this compromise. So as you can see over here, there are two kind of export options. For example, if I click here, you can see the script will automatically create content for me here that I can then just copy and transfer over to the Konfetti app. And as you can see here, we have two parts. We have the Konfetti app and we have the Konfetti server. The server also handles multiple languages. So what's happening here is that I can switch to the server part and can use here, for example, the Java properties export. It's a little bit more work because I need to put then now this big chunk of string data here into separate files. But I think it should be kind of a feasible way to go at the moment. So, as you can see, this is the export thing. This is the stuff I will do in the end when you kind of adapted the Konfetti app. So, let's take a look at the Konfetti app. So if you're working, for example, in the Konfetti app, so you can see here the structure, and you find the translations over here in this file. This is, for example, the export you were kind of seeing when I was doing it on the Google Sheet. And for example, you say you need a new string that needs to be displayed. So you put it in for testing and to try it out. You put it while you're programming down here. But so like a new kind of string I need, and you just put it kind of here like my new string. But then maybe you just work from the beginning. You maybe I'm not exactly sure if this is valid, but at least at some point maybe you leave a line or something, so that you just remember when you finish programming, you remember all your kind of strings you added to your to the language file. So for example, I have my second new string over here. So of course, so this would be kind of the extension you do to extend the Konfetti app. So what you do now while you're programming, you kind of course put this now for every translation. If you're not sure about the translation, because you should not do the translation work, you just put my kind of over here over the kind of same English strings for now. So this is just that your programming works, so that it doesn't raise any errors. You just put the stuff over here. And of course, you put it for every language we have here. So this is of course always a little bit like action. Oh, you can see here was a test language. I can delete for now. This was really just for testing. Well, it should be this one over here. Something went wrong. I will not cut this out. I will just hope that this should be correct, I think. So, as you can see, so this is now the kind of, now I put new 2 strings into the translation. I save it and I can now work with it within the Konfetti app. But once I kind of finished my work at this point, you will transfer, you can check it also in this way. So what you kind of do is you, in the end, you take the string over here and put it into the table, and you put it at the end. Please don't leave any rows. So you put the string here, and then you copy over your translation. And the best way to do would be not leave the other languages kind of blank. Maybe you just Google Translate to make an automated translation. For example, we will do this, for example, for German. So I just need Google Translate. I will go in there, put my English in there and say I want it in German. I copy it, so I can do the same kind of copy it for Arabic, but we'll just do it now. Let's do it for German, and now do it for Arabic. But what you do in the end to let the translator know that this is just kind of your first guess what would be kind of a translation, and the translator that cares about the language then can maybe make a better translation in the end. You should add a comment like over there, and you put in like please check. So please check or please correct or something, so that then the translator can from time to time check if there are any comments in his language, and then kind of go there. And please check is like a shortcut to let them know that this maybe needs to be corrected. Okay, so in this way you should be able to, and now we wouldn't need kind of to do our second string here, for example. Let's do this just to show you the process. A new string and take the translation. My second string on kind of Arabic. I don't know what string is on Arabic. Maybe it's bathing suit and I don't know. I have no idea. So as you can see, for example, you see in German here, meine zweite neue string. This is not really German. So this definitely needs a comment. So please check over here. So let me test. Would I try out if I can comment multiple rows in once? Let's see. Okay, just sorry for that, but just one comment at a time. So you really need to do a please check. Maybe even some shorter like PC or whatever, like please check. I don't know. So you can see, perfect. So this is now the table, and now you would signal me in the end when you check in your commit, like I have some language stuff in there that needs in the end a clean override of the translations. So what I will do is like I will at one point will take this one, go over here, and then just kind of take this complete, as you can see, copy over here. This complete string will go into this one over here and just really replace this. And then you can see perfectly now your new translations are already kind of part of this new file. As you can see here, perfectly. So in the end, what I would do, like I would just give it like code format so it looks a little bit nicer. Perfect. Yeah, it takes some time. Okay. All right, so this is the kind of process I think we should do. So so as I was telling you, there's one sheet for the translations for the app, and there's one sheet for the service translations, and you find a third sheet. There is some kind of there we can kind of make notes for rule editing. So for example, if you do a new translation, put it at the end of the list. If you make a new translation, you're not sure about the translation in other languages, as I said, make a Google Translate and then put a kind of comment like "is correct" or "please check" or something on there. And there could be also the possibility that you edit a translation. For example, if you say, "Oh, I found something terrible," something changes, so I can say what somebody could do with a free time, or what somebody should do with free time. If I make this change, I would go over there now and say, "English translation changed. English translation changed. Please adapt." So at this point, when you change stuff over here, make sure that you let the comment that the translator know that there was a change, and at one point we will kind of contact them and let them know, "Oh, there are some comments on your language. Can you please maybe take some minutes and bring it back up to speed over there." So, all right, perfect. So let's check out if you missed some rules still to mention. Yeah, this is in the end it. The credits is not that important from the programmer side. If you want to check out the code behind all this is also open source. Let's go to our GitHub over here, and yeah, perfect. As you can see over here, perfect. As you can see here, the Angular Translate sheet export. This is you can find all the scripts that are being used to make the export. And if you want to use the kind of same translation in your project, you maybe be free to copy the code or fork it. Okay. Thanks a lot, and great that you're working on the Konfetti project.